to record. All right. Thank you. Thank you guys so much for joining us here for our special Lunch and Learn networking event here at Beautiful Faces Going Places Women's Success Network. Our topic today is AI for Business, leveraging technology to streamline, scale, and succeed. And I'm super excited to introduce you to our speaker presenter, the fabulous Dawn Parks from NKU's BizAccess Hub. And Dawn is a seasoned entrepreneur and business coach with over 20 years of experience turning ideas into successful ventures. For the past decade, she's been teaching entrepreneurship and guiding founders through the process of launching and growing their businesses with clarity and confidence. Dawn, please come and join us up here. Welcome, Dawn Parks.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You are so welcome. Thank you.
Oh, this is so interesting to see yourself while you're
I know.
presenting. It's, oh, wow. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Carol, for inviting me. I'm very excited to be here. I want to make sure people, let's see how far I can go on the camera before I'm off the camera. Right. So, because I hate that, they have a wall in between us, but here's what I have been at NKU for about 3 years. We knew that small businesses needed some support, right? And there's free, which is good, and there's really expensive, which is good, but free sometimes takes a little while to get the work done that you need done, and expensive is expensive. It's really for the big companies, not the smaller companies, 1-person, 2-person shops, or where you're trying to build to $500,000 or $1 million or a couple of $1 million, right? So they handed me a piece of paper and said, "Can you help us build an idea?" Well,
sorry, but you're off the camera.
Oh, there we go. Sorry. Thank you.
You go ahead and keep talking. I'm going to minimize everybody.
Oh,
here.
yeah. Okay.
Okay, here we go.
So what I started looking at is, what do small businesses really need that isn't already readily available in the marketplace? And that was about the time that ChatGPT and all of the AI tools started to come about. And how many of you are using ChatGPT at all? Yeah, no, a couple of you are not. Okay, that's all right. We're gonna get you working on it today if you haven't. And do you have your computer by chance with you, or your phone? I have my. Okay, so what'll happen is, since this is being recorded, you'll be able to take a look at this you'll be able to go through the exercises that we do together so that you can kind of learn how it goes. Do we have anybody? There's probably some people online that might not also have a lot of experience with ChatGPT. What I really want to tell you is that we're really in what I would call the flip phone stage. How many of you remember flip phones? What do you remember about texting with a flip phone? Sorry. But what did you do? What did you have to do? Remember? Yeah, you had to go A, B, C, D, and we had to spell everything right. Right? So what happens if you found a word that was misspelled early on? Delete, 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 delete. I mean, you had to backspace and delete everything and start over again, because we never sent anything out without the right punctuation. Correct? That's gone now, right? Completely and totally gone. But we're in that flip phone stage where we don't know the power of AI. We just know that it's important, and we don't know what to do with it or how to use it. I remember being in, I had a trip, I'd gone to Holland. And I remember being in Holland, and this was probably 1995, maybe 96. And all I remember is that everybody smoked cigarettes in Holland. Everybody had a cigarette, and everybody had a cell phone. And my first thought was, there's not enough phone numbers to go around if everybody in the world has a cell phone. I mean, think about it, right? Because, even Dayton, Ohio, right? Back, Rebecca, we all used to be one as area code, and now there's multiple area codes. It's a thing. So we keep growing and growing with the technology. A lot of us hesitated to take on some of the technologies, but here we are. AI is here. I can't possibly give you everything you need to know in 20 minutes. It just isn't possible. I do a boot camp where you spend 8 hours with a coach in your computer learning how to do it. But my intention here today is to give you some quick tips and tools that you can use, and you can take them home with you now, which is so cool, or they'll be on the video. So let me ask a question first. Tell me, everybody tell me one thing that you know about AI, and I'll hear it from anybody who's on the screen as well. What is something that you know about AI and using AI? Just shout it out to me. What do you know?
Revisions.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right, sorry, revisions?
Yeah.
It does revisions? Social posts?
Its ability to move through data is just bar none when it's compared to humanity's ability to access that data and apply it.
Okay, ability to move and access data. I heard something else. Anything else that you learned your personality? Okay. Right, it can do a lot of data analytics, right? What does it do for your time? Does it save time? Maybe. Yeah, once you learn it, but it saves time, right? All right, so, pardon?
I'm not saving time, I'm just figuring out what choice to make.
Okay, great. So it gives lots of choices that can be troublesome, right? That adds time. No, that's okay.
The information out is only as good as the database that it was built on.
Okay. All righty. Great. Now, give me some things that you would like to know about AI. What would you like to know? Anything?
How to save time doing sales calls.
Okay. How to save time doing sales calls. Okay, what else? Can it post? Okay. Well, ChatGPT might not, but there are tools that will do that. Okay.
I think AI doesn't. I would love for it to be able to come up with a variety of different ways to say something, to share an idea that might, like, I know I can put in information about the people or the just different pieces of information, and it'll specialize, or it'll give statements that are relative to that.
Okay.
Relative to whatever information I put in there. I've seen it's been pretty fascinating to watch. So I look forward to seeing how I can use that, Dawn.
Okay, great. All right, so here's what I'm going to show you. So I have ChatGPT on my phone, and I have the paid version. And I would encourage everyone to get I'm off the screen. I would encourage everyone to get the paid version simply because for proprietary reasons. You want to make sure when you have the paid version, your private information stays inside of the tool. The free version, you know, the tools have to learn from somewhere, right? So they're out there scraping all the libraries and scraping all the newspapers and scraping all the research and scraping all the databases, but they're also looking at all of the things we're doing for free in the tools. So if you put your personal information in the tool, it's available. Not that anybody's going to find your stuff so much, but it's available. And sometimes we get nervous about things like that. So I have ChatGPT on my phone. And so I can talk to my phone, it'll do some instructions. So I'm going to show you just an interesting little tool here. So, too fast. So I'm going to take a picture of this list that I just wrote with my shadow here. See if it can do it with the shadow. Now I'm going to upload this picture to my ChatGPT. So all I'm doing right now is just sharing the the kind of things that it can do that you may not be aware of. So I'm going to load this picture. I wrote down a bunch of these ideas that you guys gave me. So while it's loading, I am going to tell it, take the list that's on the picture that I just uploaded to you and give me a brief summary of what it says. So let's see. Oh, it didn't, I used the wrong thing. I just uploaded a picture. Can you give me a brief summary of what it said?
Sure. The note highlights features or benefits of a system, like revising social posts, getting to know the user, adapting over time, learning personality traits, using data analytics, saving time, and emphasizing the importance of a strong database. The word "know" is circled, possibly summarizing the core idea.
So she just took all of the notes that I wrote on this piece of paper and put them into a logical and reasonable format and summarized it. So if we had done it like with, if we had all done like sticky notes and we had 3 of them people who said similar things, she would have summarized and given us that analysis. I walk around, all day, asking it to do things for me. I just came from a meeting. I really want to do a post on what I learned at Beautiful Faces Going Places. And Carol has been so great. And then I can say things and then it will give me a post just because I'm walking and talking at the same time. It's so spectacular. Yes.
It's like a really useful tool. It's amazing how it can take all your input.
But is it only the paid version that you can talk to like that to talk to you?
I think the free version you can talk to. Yes. On your phone. Yes, you can. Yeah, but I have the paid version for other reasons. Yeah. Yeah, it's another button. Mm-hmm. Right. So you can have that, you should still be able to talk into your phone, whether it's free or paid. It depends on if you have a microphone, but yes, if you have, you should be able to do it on your laptop as well. So that's really great. Good question. Good question. So I wanted to ask you, I want to make sure I'm good on time here. I wanted to ask you, is there anything you guys are worried about? Do we need to talk about things that you might be worried about with regard to, oh, can you help me find my presentation here?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, there it is.
Got it.
But I didn't share my screen. Can you help me share the screen?
Oh, yeah, yeah. Absolutely. Let's see here.
Anything you guys are worried about with regard to AI that we might want to address quickly here?
Are there multiple companies offering the same concept on,
What do you mean the same concept? Like the
doing the same thing as Chat GPT, calling it something different?
Yes, there are quite a few. And there are 3 that I use regularly. One is ChatGPT. It's really conversational. It is now starting to give me resources on, like if I ask it for some specific information related to a topic, like tell me how many Hondas were sold in the United States in 2022, right? It'll give me the source of where it came from. But ChatGPT is very conversational, gets to know you really well. I actually introduced myself to my ChatGPT on my computer. So her name is Shirley. And then I'll say, good morning, Shirley. She'll say, good morning, Dawn. How are you today? She'll even come back. If I said yesterday I wasn't feeling very well, how are you feeling today? She'll ask me. Okay, it's really scary stuff, but it's great, right? Because she can remember the things that I have been telling her about. The next one is Perplexity. So Perplexity is very science oriented. So if you're doing research, like a lot of research and you want sources, Perplexity is the next one that I use. And then the third one is Claude.ai. And Claude is really strategy oriented, really thinks big picture in a lot of ways. But I'm going to show you some things in ChatGPT that you may not have known that were even possible. But I want to make sure anybody's worried about with regard to. I'm sorry. That is not the plan, right? I think so. Here's the thing. So AI is different. I mean, AI learns from the information that's out there. So if there's no one putting information out there, there's nothing new for it to learn. So in the terms of AI, the way we see it now, humans will not be replaced, right? Here, let me see if I can get to my slide. Go. So what we say is AI is not coming for your job, it's coming to your job. Right. So the critical piece is that we really think people need to be learning about it so that you can stay ahead of the competition, right? Or you can learn about what the competition's doing and decide if you want to add a certain product or add a certain category. You know, you just added this company from Turkey, right? And it's so cool, but like you learned it from somewhere, and it could be that you learned about it on the internet, and maybe Copilot helped you out a little bit. You may not even know it, but you get these little summaries at the top. So Copilot and Gemini from Bing and from Google, they are all very helpful AI tools. They're summarizing the data that's out there. So if there's no more data out there, then they don't have anywhere to grow, and they're not designed yet to replace humans. There may be some scientists that are working on that, but I'm hoping that there are people at a much higher pay grade than me that are working on that, because I can't. I mean, I just can't. I can't worry too much about it. I just need to make sure I put safeguards around my own stuff.
You know what I think it does also? I think it opens us up to other opportunities that, because we're not stuck in the mire and the muck of trying to accomplish certain things, there's a greater freedom that we can have to move out in ways that we never considered before.
Absolutely. So Rebecca, one of the things I think about now, especially with all the changes in the federal government, whether you like Trump or you don't like Trump, there are changes. And now is the time to build your own economy, right? And what are the tools that you have that you can use to build your own economy? How can we take advantage of the fact that the stock market is sliding? How can you take advantage of it in your world? And we can ask ChatGPT, hey, stock market is really going down. I know there's got to be opportunities for me and my business. What are some things I could be doing that I haven't thought about? What are some of the messages I could put out there that would attract customers to me, given the downturn? Right? My products are staying the same as far as I know. If some of you guys do health and beauty products, you know, I am sure Procter & Gamble's prices are going to go through the roof, right? So can you compare yourself to some of the big companies that you're already up against, right? So ChatGPT or any of these tools can help you think through these things. I use it as a thinking partner all the time, all day long. So I think it's important to think about it that way. You can, because it can really be helpful. Now, you don't want to do 100% of the work. You know, you want it to give you like a big boost, but then you put it into your own voice and you add the stuff that's important to you. I think that's what's really important here. Okay. So I want to share a couple, I want to show you a couple of things that I think it's probably more valuable than going through the theory of things. Excuse me, let me get some water. Since I didn't know what level of skill, I wasn't sure like where to go with some of these ideas. Let me see if oh, okay, Carol, I need to get to the internet.
Let's see here. All right. Let's just minimize that. So here we are. Which one did you want?
Okay. I want to go to,
There's Gamma, Biz. Is there another one? Is there another one?
Do you just have a plain ChatGPT? Do you have ChatGPT on this computer?
I do.
So we're going to be Carol for a few minutes here. There, we're good.
Okay.
All right. So, all right. Somebody give me, I'm going to give you an example of your business. What is it that, give me a couple sentences about your business. Do you mind? Okay. We enhance your presence on the internet. See, I don't even spell very well. Okay. What are you known for? We are being easy to talk to about technology. What kind of technology?
The internet.
Who's your ideal client?
Ideal client is a small business that isn't aware of all the things that are available on the internet.
What's the name of the company?
Absolute web marketing.
Do you have an internet address? Sorry.
Absolute web marketing.com.
Now, so for somebody else, what would you guys want to know about her business that she hasn't said? Something like, yeah.
How does that help me?
So what are the, so how is an internet business help? How does her kind of business help me grow by 5% each month? Right? Maybe, right?
Oh, that's great.
And $10,000 a month. I just make stuff up, right? Did that say $10,000 a month? Oh, I don't want $10. I want $10,000. I got to put my reading glasses on here, guys.
Can you share that screen with us?
Oh, absolutely. It's not shared.
Your screen sharing?
Well, the Zoom,
Let's
I
see
think
here.
when we
Your
switch,
screen sharing is paused. Okay.
but it's probably still sharing the old screen. So I think you have to turn it off and then share it again.
Let's see if that's it.
So I'm
All
putting on,
right. Can you guys see this? Chat GPT?
Yep, thank you.
Oh, you bet. Thank you.
so it's thinking, because we're connected to the internet here, right? All right, so then so can you see it okay?
Yep, it looks great.
So now it's starting to talk about how it's built, how you work to build the digital, how it would help you by building your digital presence, by clarifying the text. So it went out to your website and looked at your website, right? To get information. And it went out to try to find more information about you and now has created a proposal for, what's your first name?
Jackie.
For Jackie, right? So here it is, it's a proposal. So then I'm going to ask it, it's still working. You're talking about all the measurements, all the results, the bottom line. So I don't know, has anybody used ChatGPT to do something like this? So you did? So now I'm going to say, can you create 3 email messages for Jackie, who has, what's your business again, Jackie?
Dream Builder Digital Market, or Dream Builder Digital.
You guys are competitors?
No.
All right, so now I've asked it to create 3 social media, 3 email messages. So then after it does that, then I can say, so while I'm waiting for it, I'm going to say, take that information and make 10 posts for social media. But I have to wait for this part to finish. So it says here, absolutely, here's 3 engaging, casual, yet professional email messages, right? I didn't put the right information in, but it's, here it's coming. Come on, baby.
I just asked it to, what can I do? It's my monthly income, $10,000.
Okay, what did it tell you?
More people to try it. 3 ways to do that. New sample property. Now challenge video. The details underneath each one.
Okay,
Second, optimize sales team. Bundle and subscription offers, Amazon optimization, partnering with local distributors and partnership. Now it's cheating there because I said, tell me right away that show me where you need. So it knew that from stuff I had already done, but the next one, messages that hit hard. Focus on move out habits, rentals, and real world success stories, Miami Valley Gaming. That's somewhere I have been and got rid of the Sure how she knew that.
she does all that searching. Now, here's the thing. Could you implement that tomorrow?
Yeah.
Could you really? Like step 1, step 2, step 3? So some of us, to me, that sounded, whoa, that's really cool, really big. Where do I start? And I would say, all right, I want to accomplish all of this in the next 30 days. What do I do on Monday? What do I do on Tuesday? What do I do on Wednesday? And then she'll start to give you a list of everything you need to do. And then I'll say, now give me the phone numbers of all the people I need to contact. Right? So I don't have to go look them all up. Right? Now, here's the cool thing. So now I'm going to have it do this. Let me see if I can get to it. I need 10 social media posts, or I'm going to do it this way instead. So up here under ChatGPT, you can explore over here. You can explore different GPTs. All right. So for those of you, when you get it, right, I'm going to click on Canva. So now I'm integrated with Canva. Do you guys, anybody use Canva here? Right. So now it's integrated with Canva. ChatGPT is talking to Canva. I'm going to say create 10 social media posts, social media posts for my digital marketing business focused on small biz, women owned that are new to internet capabilities. So now it's going to create pictures to go with it.
Well, I see a lot of people too have been doing the like their action figure
Yes.
personas, avatars, whatever with their businesses, and they've been really cool. They've been really creative. I'm like, oh my God. And they've been doing big stuff. They create a animated version of myself, like a realtor, and then she had like, you know, phone and luggage and travel sign and a little for sale sign.
Right.
Adorable.
There's some very cute things that are out there that you can do. So now, you have to have the paid version. I think, well, the free version should, but there, see this little thing right here? It looks like a list of things.
The sidebar.
This sidebar here. Okay, so what do you have on your sidebar when it's open?
Oh, say explore GPT. Yeah, and then they explore GPT and then Canvas right there.
On social media like Instagram, are you supposed to know that my post is only with AI? No, or something like that?
You don't have to unless you're speaking about a fact or statistics or something like that, right? Well, it's good to let people know. I mean, there's nothing wrong with letting people know that you use AI. I think people like to know that you're using all of these new tools, right? So so these are some things that are happening. I want to show a couple of other tools while are we good on time? Okay. Any questions from people who are on the Zoom while we're waiting for some of these things to come up? So here's design. Here's one design. Okay. That didn't do what I wanted it to do. So, okay, it's not doing what I wanted it to do. I apologize. So I'm going to show you, what was the question? Somebody had a question?
Yeah, do I now?
Yeah,
So it's cool that it can integrate with Canva and other things, but also Canva and our CRMs and all those also having their own AIs.
right.
Which do we use? When, like, are they all purposeful, or do we just want to stick with one, or like?
Well, yeah, so it depends on you. I would encourage people, like when we do the boot camps, we have everybody use all three of the big tools because they actually have the access to most of the data. The AIs that are in ChatGPT or are in your CRMs and stuff, they're not gonna be as in depth. They're really great at rewriting. They're really great at asking some questions, but they aren't, unless they might be a shell that's around ChatGPT or a shell that's around one of the others. But I would still, yeah, and it is AI because it is thinking and talking with you. It's interacting with you versus Google doesn't interact with you, right? If you get that little summary at the top when you're on Google or where you're on Bing, they call that AI, but it's really not because it's not, it can't talk to you. It can't respond to you. But if it's in your CRM or something, if it can respond to you, then it's AI. If it can't respond to you, they're calling it AI, but it's really not. It's just a really good, it's like a really good rewriter or editor of things. So I still work with my external ones and then plug them in to my other tools, just because I get a bigger, broader set of information. Sure, and I can, you can also ask her to create a strategy, create a timeline. One of the things I'm always asking is I'm overwhelmed today. Okay, you guys, I'll tell her I'm overwhelmed. I'm really overwhelmed. These are the 8 things I have to get done this week. These are the things that are the most important. My calendar is full. I'll take a picture of my calendar and put it up and I'll say, tell me where I can fit different things in to get it all done. And then she'll come back and give me ideas. And then I can look and see what things do I need to move or change or cancel, because she can think that way. I did a big thing and I would show it to you later, but there's an opportunity. I can't see it here in yours, Carol, but you can do something called deep research in the paid version. So I had it do it did an analysis of my brand, of the BizAccess Hub brand. So I loaded some of the documents on the website and it gave me 20 pages of like a SWOT analysis. Where are my strengths? Where are my weaknesses? What am I known for in the community? It was telling me that my LinkedIn page is not consistent with my Facebook pages. And it just really line by line, here's where you've got issues and here's where it's great, and to keep beefing it up. So these tools can really go deep on a lot of things that we've never thought about. But right now I want to show you, is this the one? Nope. Okay, so I want to show you, this is something called Notebook LM. Has anybody ever heard of Notebook LM? No, it's a free Google document, a free Google app. So what I did was you can add sources over here on this side, the left side, your left side, right? You can add information on the left side. I just put in my my website. And then over here, I started a chat and I said, tell me about the AI bootcamp that BizAccess Hub offers. They have served more than 150 people and 110 companies. And then I clicked enter. Now, the reason why I did this in advance is because I wanted to show you this really cool tool. So anyway, so then it gave me all kinds of information about my boot camps. Then I can come over here to the right-hand side and I can say, all right, I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to be working with beautiful faces going places. I need to give them an FAQ. So now it's creating an FAQ based on the notes and based on the website. So I don't have to go and create it, right? And it can create a study guide. Let's say you're a teacher or you want to educate somebody about your products. You load in all your information. Teresa, you can load in all the kinds of stuff about your website and all the different tools that you use on all your cupcake stuff, and then say, I need a study guide. I need a 3-page handout for when I go give a presentation, right? So Here is the study guide, right? What is BizAccess Hub and what are its primary goals? What types of learning experience does it offer? What's the focus of the boot camp, right? So these are frequently asked questions. Then you can put those frequently asked questions on your website. You can use them as posts, right? People always ask, right? What are our primary goals at the hub, right? At the BizAccess Hub. So this is another tool that creates some very cool things, right? Not this one, but you can copy and paste anything into Canva, right? These two are not connected, at least not now. Who knows? They might, or they'll go to their own version. Now, here's what I wanted to show you this. I'm not as familiar with your computer. I'm trying to get to this. So, no, this is a separate doc. This is separate. This is called Notebook LM, and I'll give you some notes of everything.
Email. Today's recording and
Great. So here's what's really cool about this. How many of you do a podcast? Yeah, one person does a podcast. How many of you would like to do a podcast? How many is it kind of daunting? It's like, where do I start? So,
okay, so you're here with us because you want the info right. You want to get to the point and figure out what's what.
Do right to it, yeah.
And today, well, we're diving deep into BizAccess Hub.
Right.
And what we really want to do is figure out what they're offering.
Yeah, what are they offering? What do they have?
Especially for business leaders who are trying to figure out the whole AI thing.
Yeah.
And you know how to leverage AI and on.
So here's what I'm going to tell you. I didn't write any of that. I didn't voice any of it. It's a 13-minute podcast.
Yeah, so
It's a 13-minute podcast that you can start to market for yourself. You don't, someday you'll be able to change the voices. You can't right now, but you can put these things up and say, here's a podcast that got recorded about my blah, blah, blah. And now you have podcasts. Were you going to say something, Jackie?
well, we did that for my brother's business,
Mm-hmm.
and we were blown away. We had no idea. Somebody did it for us and sent it to us. We thought it was real, and we were like, how are they so accurate? This is absolutely, we were absolutely blown away. And that's why I said we're using AI in the business, because this is the future. We're going with it. But that's a powerful tool right there.
It is extraordinarily powerful. 13 minutes. I didn't have to write any script. They talk like they know us. Now, everybody's voices are going to sound the same, but that's why you would say this got generated by Notebook LM, right? But it's still your information, your content. Who cares what the voices sound like? Barb? Not yet. Not yet. You can copy it. You can upload it. You can do anything you want with it, just like you would, see right here? Just like you would anything else, right? Any questions from people on the screen? I say you're on the screen. You're not on a screen. You're in your office. Okay. All righty. So now I want to show you another very cool tool, and then we'll just kind of take questions and we'll play with whatever you want. So somebody said something about presentations, right? Somebody said something. So what would you want to do? What's your first name again? Jules, what would you want to do a presentation about? What about the nervous system would you want?
way to do a lot of stuff, to understand their nervous system and help them regulate on the go.
Okay, so this is a tool called gamma.app. You can use this, it'll give you a certain number of things for free. All right, it'll produce up to 8 cards or slides at a time. Usually you can do 3 or 4 a month for free. All of these things usually cost about $20 a month. So I just, because I'm always experimenting, I've bought most of them on a monthly basis, but you can always quit them. So Gamma, you have a couple of options when you go into Gamma. You can paste in some text. So this morning I took a presentation that I did for the DAV boot camp. And then I took that presentation and I put it into ChatGPT and I said, I'm talking with the beautiful faces going places. I'm not sure what the skill levels are. I just want 4 slides with some really cool things on it. It gave them some more information. ChatGPT created 6 or 7 slides for me. I took that data, put it into this, and it produced the slideshow that you're not really looking at right now, but it's running back here. And so I pasted in the text. You can also put in a PowerPoint, or you can put in another file. But I'm going to go with what Jules has said. So we're going to create a presentation. Okay. Come on. Describe. So, presentation. Okay, start to put spell presentation about, what was it, Jules? About heart, about. Is there a certain tool that you use? Like, is there something that you would call a tool? Like I use like biofeedback or. So I'm just going to hit generate an outline. Usually it'll give me options on, do I want them to be AI generated pictures, or do you want to go out and get free pictures from the web? So now it's created the slides. So understanding burnout, I don't know if you can read these or not, but so in general, does it look kind of right? Here, let me pull it, get it down to the emotional processing part. All right, so I'm not done yet. So I'm trying to get it to, I can't see. There we go. There we go. So here's a bunch of ideas, right? Here's 8 slides. So now I'm going to ask it to generate, and it should ask me about, for some reason it didn't, oh, this, because it's the free version, I don't get a lot of choices. But now what it's going to do is it's creating the slide deck. Isn't that amazing? Yeah. Okay, Jules is in love. Everybody should know Jules is in love. Now, if you have, now there are different ways to get it. And since I'm not as familiar with this computer, I can't quite get there, but it'll often, you know, if it doesn't show enough women, I can say add more women, or if it, sometimes it'll come up with this picture that's just awful, right? Like somebody's nose is in the wrong place. And you say, I need you to change this picture, you know, go out to the web and find a new picture, right? Or change, or you go back to the prompt and say, I want it to be all women and I want them to be cartoon figures, right? So, or I want them to be professional looking women, and it'll go out and redo the whole thing. Usually you get your choice of colors and styles and print. So if I look at, not that one. One of these is mine. So this is the one that I did. So I picked these lighter colors. I was able to put my my logo in. It's under here. So.
Looks like we have a question.
Okay. Sure. What's the question? Where's my water?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I think thank you for doing the presentation. This is Dr. Helene. I want to let folks know that I love this, that you're doing this. Thank you for sharing all of this. But of course, as a writer, I'm always getting the questions about AI and how much to use AI or not, and what the ethical practices are around AI. So I thought that it might be important to sort of just talk about accuracy when it comes to AI, because I wouldn't want folks to think they can just do the presentations and et cetera, and that they would not be needing to do proper editing for trademark and copyright infringement kinds of things, because AI pulls non-discriminately. So it's important that they do have a sense of what they're doing when they do that, and that they check it and not just assume that they can use certain things. There's fair use, and then there's, you don't want your business to get sued.
That's very true, Dr. Helene. I agree. And if you're working on something where, especially if there, there's information that's out there that's kind of standard practice knowledge. For example, anybody have drive a Tesla or an electric vehicle? There's a thing called, when you're worried about whether or not you're going to run out of electricity while you're driving. So when that thought first came out, that was kind of a protected thought. People would, Tesla kind of came up with this idea of how far you could go. Now it's in common everyday language. You don't have to cite it when you say it out loud. But if you're working on things that you feel like if you're doing a presentation about the scientific aspect of something, or if you're doing something on the somatics, you might want to take this and put it, and might want to take your presentation, put it into Perplexity, which is one of the tools that I'll be sharing about, which is like ChatGPT. Put it in Perplexity and say, give me any of the sources you can find that verify this information. And then you can have a slide that has all the references of where that information came from. We do stuff with insurance agents, Medicare insurance agents, and we always take that, we say, okay, what's going on with the IRS and the new tax laws around Medicare? And then we take the presentation and we put it into Perplexity and say, all right, where did you get this information? Where in the IRS code did this show up? So you really do want to make sure of that. There's no real AI that can check for AI. So you have to ask things for sources. I remember asking it to share. I can't remember what the topic was, but it had all these examples of like all these things that had happened. And so then I asked Shirley, I said, so give me the sources of all of that. And she said, well, here's the sources for some of it. And I said, well, what about this one item? And she said, oh, I made that up. So you want to ask, okay, you can say, great, this is really great information. What did you make up and what's real? Give me the sources, right? So that you always have something that you can fall back on. So Dr. Helene, that's really, really, really great. Teresa.
So can you do the reverse of that? And I have something that I created that is my intellectual property. Would you put that into Perplexity, ChatGPT, but say like, if they're going to pull for that that needs to be cited or that source can be included. It's like, hey, here's a simple 3-step process.
It's out there. It's out there. You can't add to the data except by putting it out there. So the more you write and reference your article or your book or your chapter, the more it will show up. It's kind of like SEO inside of these things. So the more you talk about it, but you have to talk about it in the free version because it can't find you in the paid version. So from a marketing point of view, you want to start putting all of your great marketing stuff in the free version of ChatGPT, Perplexity, and Claude, so it can find you. How many of you are using any of these tools instead of Google to search for things? Yeah. Are you using it instead of Google? Yeah. Google searches are down, right? These searches are going up. So we want to start to and so Google is based on keywords, and all of these are based on phrases. So when you start to type and it starts to finish your sentence, that's what the ChatGPTs of the world are looking for. So make sure your website has a lot of good phrases that people would ask about if they were typing up something looking for you. Yeah, Barbara. So in Gamma, it only provides those that are free and available. The other images they generated. So this image right here, that's generated. That's not a real picture, right? That's all image generated. So if you ask it to get you pictures, it'll say, you want me to look for free stock out on the internet. But anytime you do, so there's a lot of great places out there that give you free pictures, but it's always good to cite the source. It adds to your credibility, because people know that you're not a photographer and a writer and a coach and a nutritionist and all of those things. So people like to know that you are acknowledging the work of other, because then the other people will question you. You didn't do all this yourself, right? So anyway, I've covered a lot of the things I wanted to cover. I'm available. I'm doing this boot camp on Friday. I do them regularly where it's all day, and I have a deep discount code for people. It's I can get you in for $180. It covers all your food, your parking. You have a coach at the table helping you with your business. But I'll give you all that data, and you'll know about it every time. And since I'm joining, then I'll be able to share more and more with you guys. So anyway, that's it.
Dawn, thank you so much.
Sure. All right. I think I dropped your.
Oh, here we go.
No, your little piece. There's a little.
Oh, okay.
It's on around your
Yeah.
side.
Yes, absolutely. Oh, yeah, absolutely. This all has been recorded. So I am going to stop the screen share. And I just want to say thank you so much for all of you that attended today's Lunch and Learn networking event virtually. I hope you gained some additional knowledge and information that can help you market and promote and scale your business on new heights and new levels. Visit our website often at beautifulfacesgoingplaces.com for all of our upcoming events. They are posted regularly as we create them, so visit often. And thank you so much. And I will be sending out the recording as well as Dawn's PDF presentation and information of her upcoming events if you want to attend NKU's BizAccess Hub AI in-depth boot camp. So thank you guys so much.
Thank you, Carol.
Thank you for everything.
Bye, everyone.